Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Mena Massoud of a Hotel for the Holidays, premiering December 2nd on Amazon Freevee. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to see you.
Thanks. You too, Petey.
This movie's a warm hug, and I feel like we need warm hugs right now.
Exactly. The world needs more warm hugs.
A lot of things at play here, the holiday aspect of it, the kind of hotel where like instantly ensemble cast because all the people that work in this hotel during the holidays. What were kind of the main things that drew you towards this project specifically?
Yeah, a few things. Me and Madeleine met each other a couple of years ago on a late night show. We were, doing a late night show promoting our own separate projects, and we really hit it off. We're both vegan. We're both kind of. I come from Canada. She comes from South Africa. We both kind of immigrated to Los Angeles. So we hit it off in a bunch of different ways, and I always thought to myself like, oh, I'd love to work with her one day. And then lo and behold, this movie came up. So I really wanted to work with Madeleine. I really always kind of want to work with studios and try to do something as successful as possible. Obviously, the success with Aladdin, but my film earlier this year, The Royal Treatment, was the #1 film in the world on Netflix for a couple of years. So when they told me this was a new streaming platform for Amazon, I was like, all right, I'd love to work with you guys to help bring more audiences and more awareness to the platform. And then also, I worked at a restaurant myself for 3 years before I moved to LA. And so I'm really big in the F&B space, the food and beverage space. I have my own gin company called Dharma Gin. So I love food and beverage. I'm shooting another series called Evolving Vegan for Crave that's coming out next year. So this was kind of the perfect combination of all of that. I was like, I got to do this film.
Okay, so I have to ask because they're going to watch the film, they're going to see it, but first look photos. There was a really big sandwich in this movie. Come on, I gotta ask about this. I can't so is there anything you can tell me about that sandwich?
Yeah, this was an anger sandwich. This is the kind of sandwich you make for someone when you love them, but you're angry at them and you're not really thinking too much about the sandwich. So yeah, I think Chef Luke was just really perplexed about what was going on. He felt like he was going to lose this girl. I can't give away too much, but he was just anxious, and this is an anxious, angry sandwich that he's making.
The sandwich is definitely a good kind of question or talking point because you kind of bring up some things about the movies about giving much away. So I had to bring up the sandwich.
Yeah, it's a massive sandwich. People are going to watch the film now just to see the sandwich. Well, no,
because they see the first look photos, on popternative.com and Popternative, on our Instagram. We actually shared the news that, this is going to be available on Amazon Freevee December 2nd. And there is a photo of you with this big sandwich. So it's out there. They can check out, they can see the sandwich already, but they have to wait December 2nd to see the film. I want to get a little bit more kind of deep and philosophical because I feel like it's interesting because your character, Madeleine's character as well, more her character than yours, but I feel like there's a lot of characters in this movie that are lost but don't really know they're lost, if you know what I mean by that. You know what I mean? They're kind of figuring out things. They're doing a lot of soul searching and everything. During the pandemic, we've been doing a lot of soul searching and self-reflection because we've had a lot of the time. So I feel like instantly...
And eating large sandwiches
sandwich. Man, that sandwich, I'm telling you. But naturally, I feel like Hotel for the Holidays becomes instantly more relatable to the audience because of the self-reflection we're doing the pandemic. I'm curious if you ever thought about that at all, Mena, because I feel like it's very important to address.
Yeah, definitely. Finding one's purpose is always a big theme. And it's always a big theme in romantic comedies, in films that I've done, even in Aladdin. Aladdin goes on this whole journey in the movie of finding his purpose, what's his identity, what's his purpose. And I think we hit on that in Hotel for the Holidays as well. I think Chef Luke really knows his purpose. I think he's very kind of focused on becoming the best chef that he can be, but he's trying to find out whether he Chef Luke in
Professionally, he
Georgia.
knows his purpose. I don't know about personally and socially.
Yeah, romantically, he doesn't know, is there something there? Is there not? Because Georgia and Chef Luke, they start off the film as best friends.
Yeah.
They've been best friends for a few years now. And I think we can all relate to that as well. When, you have a best friend and you start realizing, like, are there romantic feelings there? Like, do I have romantic feelings towards them? Like, is there something more here? So the film really explores that. And then from Georgia's perspective, she's trying to figure out like what her purpose is in life. She wants to own something that she has equity in and that she can really kind of, get behind. And she's trying to find that out. And Chef Luke is kind of guiding her in that sense as well, and giving her really good advice without knowing that he's giving her good advice. So yeah, it's definitely something we can all relate to. And you spoke about the pandemic. We all want feel good, just easy movies to watch.
Warm hugs.
Yeah, warm hugs. And this film is a warm hug in a lot of different ways. So I urge people to check it out. When you're at home with your family this Christmas, these holidays, turn it on, check it out. You won't regret it. It's a great, easy watch, feel good movie.
Amazon Freevee, absolutely, yeah.
On Amazon Freevee, yeah, and it'll be in Canada as well. I know you're Canadian. This film will be in Canada as well. I don't know if I can speak to where it'll be. I think I can. It'll be on CTV in Canada.
But we're talking about
So
the US release on Amazon Freevee. They're going to be able to check that out, which is awesome. I do want to ask, because this is a family friendly. You work, obviously, Mena Massoud, goes where your opportunities are. You worked on a lot of different kind of movies, But if you look at this movie, you look at Aladdin, you look at the kind of feel good kind of family, for everyone in the family, so to speak, to watch. You know what I mean? What is it about these family films, or these kind of, like we talked about, warm hugs, that separates things compared to other things you've worked on in the past? Like what do you like about those things from a acting working capacity?
From a business perspective, I think it's a really smart move. Not that I'm patting myself on the back or anything, but if you take a look at like some of the biggest movie stars of the older generations, Will Smith, Tom Cruise, all these guys, the way they kind of got a massive following was they did family-friendly movies that the whole family could go to the movies and enjoy them. When you do R-rated movies, I mean, I want to do those too, and I have one coming out next year. But you kind of, not a lot of people can watch them. Like I have two nieces and a nephew, and they're not going to be able to watch this other film that I did next year that's rated R, right? Like there's no way
they can watch Run This Town ever.
Yeah, exactly. So they can't watch certain movies that I do. And I think that really attracts me to doing family films, is that the whole family can enjoy it. And, it's a genre that everybody can get behind.
The scale of things on a lot of projects are just kind of big scale. You look at Aladdin, everything's kind of big scale. You just look at also kind of the setting of Hotel for the Holidays. It's big, right? It's like big city, it's hotel, it's holidays. Is it exciting to kind of work on these like big kind of atmospheric feeling sets, so to speak, a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Like in this film, the hotel is a character, right?
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, the hotel itself is a character. We shot at this beautiful old hotel in Ottawa, and it was gorgeous. They decked it out with all, like it was Christmas. And so the hotel kind of plays a big role in the film. And as actors, it makes our lives and jobs easier because we don't have to imagine as much. On a film like Aladdin, there was a lot of blue screen. So that takes a toll on your imagination. You've got to imagine a lot of different things. But in a film like this, Amazon really made it easy for us, and our director, Ron Oliver, everything was there. Like I said, beautiful old hotel, really there, and they just decked it out to feel like Christmas. So that made it fun and easy and just enjoyable.
The big scale, like I just feel like just the magical kind of feelings, right? Like there's something cozy and magical that just I feel like becomes kind of big scale, if you know what I mean by that. Like, and I think the movie really captures that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Which is really awesome. Mena Massoud is a storyteller. That's what you do. What is the best thing about being a storyteller, man?
I think it's just getting to put yourself in someone else's shoes for, for the audience perspective, it's 2 hours or an hour and a half. But for an actor's perspective, it can be 3 weeks or it can be, 6 months. So getting to put yourself in someone else's shoes is always what kind of attracted me to acting. Getting to really dig your teeth into someone else's life, because my real life is quite mundane, believe it or not. I came from a regular family. I'm a regular guy, I'm an immigrant. Nothing, I didn't have this dramatic backstory or background. I have a pretty normal life when you look at it. And so getting to play people who don't have normal lives is really exciting, because that's kind of my outlet. That's how I can, experience going on a magic carpet ride, or, falling in love with this girl at the hotel. And, those are the things I can experience through my work. So I'm lucky that I can, say that I'm an actor as a professional. For a profession. It's something that I definitely don't take for granted.
100%. Mena, thank you for coming on Pop Turner. It was so great chatting with you, man.
Thanks, Petey. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your time, and you have a good holiday season this year.
You too, man. Amazon Freevee, Hotel for the Holidays, December 2nd. They're going to be able to check that out. Your Instagram account, I believe, is just your name, right? Mena Massoud?
Just Mena Massoud, yeah.
So they can check that out.
That's it.
Awesome. Well, this has been Pop Turner, youtube.com/Pop Turner for previous episodes. Check out Hotel for the Holidays on Amazon Freevee, December 2nd. Until next time, this is Mena Massoud and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.